Woohoo! This is very solid construction right here.
See ya. Haha! Oh, there it was.
What the f-
There you go. Okay, we go. Straight in the head. Steady.
Time to file my workers' comp at that. What?
There it was.
What was that?
Stick 'em up, viewer, and give me access to your entire VR game library. Nah, I'm just kidding. This is the ProVolver by Protube. You've probably seen it before, but I'm going to take this video in a bit of a different direction. Everyone praises this thing for how great it is as a pistol accessory while you're in VR. And whilst I am going to praise it as a pistol accessory because you can't not, it's really great, I am going to spend a lot of time here praising this for how it's adapted to be used with two-handed rifles and SMGs while you're in VR as well.
Watch over,
And then I'll put a list on screen of games you can use the ProVolver with, but it means that you can use it as a pistol, but also two-handed. And we will get into that later. I'm going to keep mentioning it because that is my favorite part of the ProVolver, apart from this glorious haptic feedback. But I'm going to show you a little trick in this video to turn this into a two-handed long gun rifle, SMG, whatever you want, two controller holding, haptic feedback enabled, highly adjustable piece of awesomeness. Think of games like Half-Life Alyx, a pistol accessory that has a full recoil and haptic feedback. You're going to elevate your gameplay to a whole new height that you've never seen before.
Now, I don't mean to be that guy, but that was the most intense that scene has ever felt to me before. That, oh, I really like that. I really, really like that. Woo! Okay.
So, if you want to know all about this as a pistol, keep watching and we'll get to the two-handed later. Or if you want to go straight into the two-handed ability of the ProVolver, skip to the timestamp right here. So, let's talk ProVolver. Now, the ProVolver is awesome. It comes from Protube. If you want a little bit of background on the company of Protube, I did cover that when I looked at their full double-handed gunstock. You can check that out here. Protube are known for two things. One, being hella expensive, but two, being a company where you get what you pay for. They use top quality parts and their products are always the highest quality. If you see this stock behind me, my camera's backwards so I'm pointing the wrong direction. This full double stock that they sell, the normal Protube, it's made of carbon fiber. It ain't breaking, it's made of high quality stuff and it's sturdy as hell. And the same goes for the ProVolver. This is very high quality stuff. This has a real solid construction. Its weight is also really nice. Holding, as say, a SIG P320 compact M18 version next to this, they feel about the same weight, to be honest. So if you are used to real firearms, you will feel right at home here. And what this does have that makes it super awesome, just like the arcades back in the day, it has recoil within the haptic feedback module. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, that is very satisfying. Back in the day when arcades was still a proper thing, I wouldn't even go near a machine if it was a shooter, if it didn't have this kind of recoil. And I'll tell you one of my favorites, lasers. Listen to this. I don't know if you can hear it, here we go. How cool is that? It's got a little charging rumble in it and a little sound. Actually, I'll hold it close to my mic. Sorry, hold on. How awesome is that? It's so great. This, like I said, it really elevates things. If you're playing Half-Life Alyx, man, it takes it to a whole new level of immersion. And as a pistol, this is amazing. You can still use this in games like Onward, Contractors, Half-Life Alyx, War Dust, you name it, it can pretty much be done.
The enemy!
Got him in the head straight away. Didn't even realize.
But I'm sure there's questions. What does it work on? Does it work on the Quest? Does it work on PC? How does it work? How does it charge? How do you get your controller in this crazy ass cup? Well, I'm gonna tell you. So, it uses Bluetooth to communicate with your PC. When you buy the ProVolver, you will get a little dongle you can plug into your PC for Bluetooth, so don't worry about that. It does work with the Quest natively, so don't worry about that either. It connects through the Bluetooth on your Quest, bish bash bosh, nice and easy, and you're off, and you can use it while you have your Quest as well. This thing is friendly to all platforms, so do not worry about that. It charges so smartly through, if I can get the focus, a USB-C. In the bottom, this isn't USB 2.0 or the really annoying one that you seem to get with all stuff that thinks we're in the past and doesn't have USB-C. This is USB-C, the voltage is higher, the charging speed is faster, it's great. It's got its all internal battery here, but it does have LED indications, don't know whether you can see them. So you'll know when you're connected because it will be green, you'll know when it's charging, it'll be red and flash and green when it's fully charged. You can see them a lot better in the dark, but it's just the angle here. Now, how do you get a controller in this bad boy? So, very simply actually, there's two little flip catches on the side here, and then you can just pull out the pistol module by itself, and there's your controller right there. And all I need to do is just pull in my trigger. It's stuck in here because it's been living in here for the last month. There we go. And there's my controller, safe and sound. And there's the cup, safe and sound. And then to put it in is just as easy, like that. Squeeze your trigger down so it slots in. Ba-boom! We're done. And to get your controller back on the module is very, very simple. All you have to do is just hook it in the side here. Oh, actually, see, it's got little grooves in it here, so you can have your controller at certain heights, which is very handy. Just make sure your bits are flipped up there, and then flip down on the other side, and that's it. We're in. Bang, 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 bang. Now, I have mine a little loose. You can adjust how tight they are with the Allen key screws here, which are included with the ProVolver, of course. Protube always give you everything you need. It's crazy. They must have like 1 billion dongles in their like warehouse, because it comes with the other side, the force tube, and it comes with this too. Really cool though. But yeah, that's it. Bang, 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 bang. You're off. You're probably wondering, why would I buy this though? It's hard to describe how something feels like that. I would pay for that because of how it feels when I'm using it in a game. You're immersed in VR, and that's the whole point. That's why we're here. That's why we love VR. We want to be in the worlds and we want to live the experiences. We want to go beyond what flat screen can offer us.
Oh, got him. I got him.
This does what it does really well, and that's to be a haptic feedback pistol. And oh my goodness, yeah, it does it. It does it to a T without any worries whatsoever. This is a whole new level of fun.
I don't need a cure for me. You and you and you. Ah, so close. Could have been cool as hell.
And I'll be honest with you, would I have bought this if I wasn't sent this? Probably not, because I didn't know what it feels like, and I'd be like, is this as amazing as I want it to be, or will it be disappointing? And to be honest, it's friggin' awesome. It's awesome. Oh my goodness. It's like when you buy something you're not sure about, because someone recommended it to you, and you're like, all right, I'll get it, but I don't think I'm gonna like it. And then you get it, and you never ever go back, and you can't go back. And I feel that with this in a big, big way.
Oh shit!
So with all that said, let's take this beast of a ProVolver and convert it from one hand to two hands.
One's moving around to the left. Bingo. So you say. Got one. Oh!
Welcome to my ProTube workshop, and let's talk two-handed ProVolver.
The child said a swear. Hey.
On the front of the standard ProVolver, you'll see this optional second controller bracket that you can buy along with the ProVolver, or separately down the line if you prefer. This has a ridiculous amount of advantages, and this is where the strength of the ProVolver really lies for me, because I love using it this way, and I have been doing so for quite some time. Not only do you get all the amazing points of the ProVolver as a pistol, you get the haptic feedback, you get that weight, that realism, that good feel when you're shooting, but also this is detachable, of course, so you can use it properly two-handed, reload your guns, easily attached back again. But what is really nice is that this adds, for me especially, a lot of stability. My hands can be a bit shaky, especially if it's been a caffeine-fueled kind of day, and this adds a lot of steadiness to long shots and when you're holding two-handed weapons.
Nice. So just that little bit more steady.
Seriously,
Ooh.
it just spawned in.
I know, I'm so sorry, dude. You were just right there.
Because you can push on these controllers and you have a block in the middle here with some weight behind it as well, you can really push, lock in, and get a much steady but free moving hand while you're playing. I find this to have advantages over a lot of gun stocks, because gun stocks are amazing, I love them, I always use them as well, but they can be restrictive, especially if you're playing games like Into the Radius or something where there's a lot of different weapons. Having that ability to adjust to every weapon isn't as easy for some gun stocks than others. Don't get me wrong, the ProTube, the normal ProTube, works fine for all those things, but for me the maneuverability of this is much easier. You can detach your controller and move this nice and freely, so you can grab a grenade, pull the pin, throw it out, grab from over your back, grab from over this side, use double weapons if the game you're playing allows that kind of thing. And I think those advantages outweigh this just as a sort of pistol kind of gimmick, because really it kind of is a bit of a gimmick as a pistol, a bloody good one but it is. Two-handed, this thing comes into its own. You know, you get the haptic feedback, and it's going to cost you a hell of a lot less than if you were to buy an entire ProTube and a force tube on top of that with strap and all of that stuff. You just get the ProVolver, get the second controller bracket, you're off. Bish bash bosh, you're done. Bang bang bang, lots of freedom of movement. The problem with gun stocks, full ones, is you feel so restricted when you use them after having free controllers for so long. I felt the same way, but people that are regulars for the channel will be saying, hey Rex, you haven't said anything negative about the ProVolver. It's not like you to let something go through an entire video without being negative about it. And you're right. So that begins now.
Oh, the reload!
Easy.
Damn. Last kill. Nice.
The negative with the ProVolver for me is this second controller cup. The bracket is fine. This is very steady. It attaches by Allen keys to the front, and it's not going to go anywhere. It is very solid, and the cups and magnets are still great, but that is where the problem lies, and it lies with this attachment bracket that you get with the ProVolver. Basically what the deal is you can adjust the bracket, you can move it up about one hole here for adjustments with your controllers, but if you're playing a game with many guns, you can't actually move this second cup like you could do, say, on an actual full Protube gunstock. It's fixed in place, and that is a problem. You can, if you want, get an Allen key and you can loosen the bolt here, if I can get my hand in there, twist that around, and then you can adjust this little bit at the end to have your controller line up with certain things. But to move it, it means it's undone. So it's going to be like this whenever you play, and that is a problem. But here is where I will show you the trick that turns this into the highly adaptable piece of awesomeness that I have been using in my personal time since I got the ProVolver. So what you want to do is you want to go to Protube's website, and Protube in their infinite wisdom have a section on their shop called spare parts. Now that means you can buy every little teeny weeny little piece that goes into a Protube or any of their other items that they sell, and that's exactly what you're going to want. You want to go and look for a gunstock bracket. Now the gunstock bracket comes with another piece, but what you're really looking for is these two pieces that come with it. You get a magnet and you get one of these adjustable turn, loosen screws, whatever you want to call them. And that is where the trick lies. So what you want to do is you want to loosen the screw at the end of the ProVolver bracket. What you want to do is you want to get out this bolt and replace it with this bolt here. You can keep the original mag cup holder that came with the ProVolver as the second, because what you'll get in the gunstock bracket is exactly the same, but hey, it means you'll have a spare, and one of these does actually have teeth in, which is a lot more handy. And all you want to do is you want to put that back on the front of the ProVolver. There we go. Now, what you've got is you've got exactly what you would have on a full Protube gunstock at less of a price. And it includes haptic feedback as well. And it works just as easily as what the Protube is famous for. You're in your game, you're shooting around, bang, 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 bang. Oh, you've, I don't know, died, respawned, and you've got a new gun. It doesn't quite line up. All you have to do is just loosen the screw a bit. You can adjust the front of it, no problem, let's say to here. Twist it, it's locked in, and you're off. You're ready to go again, get back into the round and into the game. And what did that take? Like 5 seconds? And that's it. Boom, you're done. You have extra stability for long shots using rifles. You can use two-handed guns with the ProVolver. You've got haptic feedback. It's got the ability to adjust to any gun, just like a Protube, but it costs less. And that right there, that's the genius, and this is where I think the joy lies in this thing. Oh, don't forget the ease of movement too. You know, if you're playing a game with guns and melee, you can suddenly just pop this off, grab a melee weapon and start swinging around. It doesn't matter because it's stable. This is all attached so well, screwed in. This is the genius of the ProVolver. This right here is the genius. I would say Protube, if you can, when someone buys these brackets, ship the magnet not with just a screw. Ship it also with the dial here so that people can adjust for it, because it's magical, quite frankly. I can have haptic feedback on anything, and I'm a bit of a cheapskate, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty cheap, you know. Would I have ever tried this if I wasn't given it by Protube through their pure generosity? I probably wouldn't have, but I'm trying to convey to you right now that it's worth it. You get what you pay for, and with just that little adaptation, it's so worth it because you can use it in anything. It's amazing. Even if you use this in a game that doesn't support the haptic feedback of the ProVolver or a force tube or whatever, it's still great because you just get that extra stability. It's nice to be able to push against something whilst you're shooting. And if you can't go that far, I would highly recommend going the other way around. Get yourself some proper mag cups from Protube, and then get yourself just literally a carbon fiber bar that you can buy in the spare parts to go in the middle of 2 cups, and boom, you are off. You've got something solid there as well. Can't recommend that enough because that's super fun. But this is the ProVolver, and this is worth it.
They were shot all of a sudden.
Traitors.
I thought.
Oh, goodbye.
I thought
Now it's time to answer all the questions that I'm sure that you have. First off, I've already mentioned that it works on the Quest, quite obviously. Quest 1 and Quest 2. It also works with Steam VR, so you can use this while you're using a PC as well. More specifically, what headset controllers do these cups support? They support the Quest 2, the Quest 1, the Rift S, and the Valve Index. Oh, and the Focus 3, if you can believe that. Let's talk price. I wasn't kidding when I say Protube is known for being hella expensive, but again, you get what you pay for, and this is, this is very solid construction right here. I feel like I'd hurt someone with this. A ProVolver will set you back 299 euros. And yes, I know, super gasp. It's totally worth it, no doubt about that. When I was talking about saving money before, I wasn't joking. This is 299 euros. A MagTube ProTube is about 120 euros, but a Force Tube to get that haptic feedback is 339 euros, maybe 29, I'll put it on the screen, but you're looking at over 400 euros just to get a gun stock with haptic feedback when you could spend more than $100 less, I'm rounding all the numbers up, about $100 less, maybe even more than that, and you've got steady aim, more freedom of movement than a full gun stock. You can use two-handed rifles, it's absolutely adjustable with any gun, and you've got the haptic feedback and much more steady aim than you would do if you didn't have a stock. And you can use it in pistol games too as a completely separate device, just one-handed in Pistol Whip, Half-Life Alyx, so on, so on, and so on. So really, you're getting a lot more for your money for less money than it would take for you to buy a full get-up like this. You get all of the advantages but a much smaller hole in your wallet, and that is a good deal. If you want to check out any of Protube's items, including the ProVolver, there's a link in the description of the video. It will take you right there and you can have a look at all of their stuff. You can find everything on their website through that link, including the spare part gun stock bracket that makes this so much more awesome than it already is. Now, if you're like me, you'll probably be a bit worried to spend about 300 euros on an item for VR and you're not even sure whether you'll like it. Hopefully this video has converted you to wanting to buy this and get this because it's so worth it. I ain't kidding. But do not worry yourselves. Protube have an amazing and understanding customer service team. You can do full returns within 14 days of getting an item. And if you get this thing, you're going to be using it on day 1 and you're going to use it a lot. You'll know by day 14 whether you're going to keep it or not. And they're a small company, so you will talk to real people. You won't be treated like a robot. You'll be treated like a real customer.
Time to file my workers' comp. Is that what?
There it was.
What was that?
Well, VR Horde, that is it for today. This has been the ProVolver. It's amazing. I cannot recommend trying this enough. I didn't really think it'd be that great, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it turned out to be much more of a permanent fixture in my VR kit from day-to-day use than I thought it would be. It's absolutely brilliant. It's the freedom of movement for me, and it's this two-handed thing. Absolutely great. Highly recommend it. Go check out the link in the description. Apart from that, that's it for the video. Can you believe it? A real video? Absolutely crazy. There are game reviews coming. I'm working on some. Obviously, huge thanks to Protube for sending me this kit, sending me all of this kit. I've taken a long time to get the ProVolver review out, and I really appreciate Protube's patience with me. They've been nothing but nice and professional with me, and because of certain circumstantial changes in my real life, I've been very unable to do a lot of things that I'd planned to do for quite some time now because of that. But it's all good changes, but it's just taken up a lot of my time, so I appreciate everyone's patience. Well, that's it. Having held this, I'm now probably going to go and play a bit of something because holding this for too long really gives me the itch to use it. So I'm going to go off, shoot some things in the face with full haptic feedback. Bang, bang, bang. Is it going to be you? But no, it's not going to be you. It's okay. I'll let you off. I'll let you off this time. Huh? I would just say one more thing, and that's keep an eye on the community tab on the YouTube channel, because I basically live there. I post stuff from VR news and links to videos and loads of other things. I'll let you know what's coming up on the channel and lots more. I use the community tab all the time. So if you ever want to know anything, go check out there first, because the information you're looking for is probably there. But apart from that, famously, as I always say, my name is Rex, this is Eyes on VR, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
Scam. Same amount of... Huh? What on earth? I hope you don't play one of the bad...